I know that you worked hard recently and that you have made sufficient effort. Thus, the following 50 few minutes are meant for nothing but your relaxation. Give yourself permission to calm down and join me for another cozy, colorful construction project. Let us begin. Hey there. Welcome, everyone. It is so good to see you again. I hope you're having a nice, restful day or evening, possibly night. Let me just jump into survival mode after taking all those thumbnails and whatnot, and let's get back into our adventure. Today we have one very important task, and that is to finish this guest house / tower, whatever you'd like to call it. I'm open for any name suggestions. So I was thinking that on this level, perhaps right here, we should have like I'm not sure what to call this. We should have a story, a floor basically. And by that, I mean that we'd be able to walk around here, so that some of these windows actually make sense. You can stand here, take a look out into this beautiful landscape, and yes, here as well. Okay, perfect. Now we have some glass cooking in the furnaces that I put in just before I started recording, but we don't really have a lot of flowers to dye the glass with, so maybe we'll just do that later, and for now we're going to focus on building this tower up even further. One thing we could possibly do is have a door here. What do you think about this? Yes, I do think that makes a lot of sense. I don't have a door on me right now, but we'll be able to add that later. Let's see, let's continue with the stairs, the spiraling stairs. Yes, so this is spruce as well, so let's get some more of that. I'm not quite sure what I have in the chest here, or what we have to collect still. We have some we have some spruce stairs. Wonderful, that's definitely going to be enough. And we have some of these windows here. Let's actually bring those up and we can add them without any dyes for now, but at least they'll be openable. So we'll finish the structure itself, and then if we've got time, I'm definitely thinking of adding some decoration to the inside. So you see, that's nice and connected to the wall, and you can open it for some ventilation. We might remove some of these windows if we want to add some, I don't know, a painting in here, or perhaps something else that requires a nice flat surface on the wall. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But let's continue, because this tower, as much of a tower as it is right now, is still not even as high as the guest house itself, so we'll definitely have to go higher. Friends, I have to tell you, I had such a lovely day. Actually, I'm recording this on a beautiful Sunday, and my entire weekend was amazing. So, I was with friends on both days, and on Saturday we went for a small hike, very close to where I live. It has a bit of the disadvantage of a lot of people being there. It's quite a popular spot, and sometimes you feel like you can't breathe. It's not that much fun. But we found a trail that wasn't so populated, and we followed it. I think... yes, perfect. And we followed that one. And it's just, beautiful autumn weather. These golden rays of sunshine, but not too hot, because you already have this kind of little bit of cold air, and also the scent of fallen leaves, and it's not rotting leaves, but just slowly decomposing leaves, basically. And you have that scent in the air, and it's just so relaxing in general, I think. Okay, this is looking more like a tower now. So we went for that hike, and then today we went for I wouldn't really call this a hike. It was more of I visited another town with a friend of mine as well, different friend this time. But this time we checked out a church that was there. It's a very cutesy, small. It's like, it's very much like these kind of places that we're building. I would barely call it a town. It's more of a village, really. And it has a beautiful church. We checked out a gallery because it is the hometown of quite a famous Hungarian painter called Szőnyi István. And he lived at the... let's see, he was born at the very end of the 1800s. I think it was around 1896, and he lived to be 66 years old. For some reason I remember this information. And let's see how we're going to continue this. Yes, let's just... oops, we fell through this. And so that the house itself, where he lived and where his family also lived, and where he worked as well, it had a beautiful studio. It was decorated and furnished with the original furniture, original paintings, original everything. It was beautifully done. And we also got a bit of a freebie, because there was a group walking around there, and group had some expert with them explaining everything they had to know about the painter and the building and the town itself, and we just shamelessly listened into that. It was quite interesting. And then we went to, I wouldn't really call it a restaurant, it was just basically a pub. It's this very basic, not accordingly cheap, unfortunately, but quite a basic pub, and we had some, very, it's like fast food. It's not healthy, but it is tasty, and we just had that kind of indulgence in there. And then we went to another place which was more of a cafe, and they served these, I think perhaps the most well-known word for this kind of pastry is strudel. It's known from possibly German culture to a lot of people, but it is actually not entirely the same, because Hungarian strudel has some unique features as well. I'm not going to get into the science on this, but it does. And so we had some of that. We bought 2 slices and we went down to the river bank, because it's a riverside town. It has beautiful panorama onto the Danube River. Beautiful trees, of course. We saw all kinds of colors, just like here in the game. And we just had that bit of a pastry there, and we talked about all sorts of things, life in general, social relations. I am so sorry, I got distracted. Let's take one more hit. Sorry. Let's go inside and grab a bite to eat. So social relations, meaning boys and girls and our friends, and just some upcoming things that we wanted to organize, and so on and so forth. Let's see, what have we got here? We can have some bread, but can we possibly, do we have sugar? Because in that case we have sugar cane. Can I make some jam, actually? So we have some sugar, we have some blackberry. I think that would be the best. And we already have 3 pieces of bread, so let's check out if we can make blackberry jam. Absolutely, we need a cooking pot for it. Unfortunately, this cooking pot, I don't think it works. Yes, we have the leather here that we made earlier. So if I add this here, add this here, nothing comes out of it. Not even if I add a bowl. So unfortunately, it seems that this kind of compatibility between the mods is not set yet. So we'll just go downstairs and we're gonna grab some. Oh wait, we have a bunch of iron. I'm so sorry. So for that cooking pot, we need just iron ingots in that shape, perfectly manageable. And then I would like an item frame so that we can just kind of hang this up to the kitchen, maybe just there. Yeah, so that it's always available for us. So now we're gonna take that and we're gonna use the crafting table with some sugar and blackberry to get some blackberry jam. And the cooking pot, of course, is not consumed in that crafting. And I suppose if we combine the bread and the jam, it's not. All right. How do we use this then? Where's the blackberry jam? We're gonna press U. So we can do it with some nut butter. We can make sweet crepes, actually. With some, let's see, egg, sugar. We don't really have milk, unfortunately. Oh, we have toast. We can make toast with jam. And of course peanut butter. Do we have any kind of nuts or similar seeds that we could use for this purpose? Doesn't look that way. What is this? Oh, yellow dye. Okay. We don't really have any of those. And I don't think we have any in the garden either. Oh, that's a beautiful garden still. But no, we don't. That's alright, friends. Then we'll just make toast. Simple as that. So, we have some fried eggs. We're gonna put the bread in here so that it makes toast. Yeah, and as soon as that's done, we can put the jam on there to have a bit of a delicacy. We're working. It's hard physical work. Actually, let me put these on. It's hard physical work. We deserve a little bit of a treat, don't we? So now we can put this together. Cheers. It was indeed a hearty meal. Excellent. Alright. So, that's looking very fortressy. I think we should add one more level of stone, and then we should stick to terracotta as well, so that it's looking a bit more cozy. How much terracotta have we got? Oh, we got a whole bunch. Absolutely great. Alright then. Let's climb back up and see where we're going to continue. But anyway, I hope... Oh, that's looking a bit strange. That's not gonna work. We got holes in there. It's not good for ventilation. Let's just use good old... Let's see, we can use the wall, but let's add that kind of depth variation that I talk about so many times or so often. It's great to have that kind of, yeah, as I said, variation in depth. There, and there. Maybe we drop a couple pieces, that's fine. Now we do have some other holes from those stairs, but you know what? That's fine. For those, we're going to say they are for ventilation. And we need some more cobblestone wall, I believe. Let's see how we're doing here. The corners stay the corners. That's great. And then now we can add some terracotta. I wonder how we should do this. Oh, I know how we're gonna do this. I would like some, if it's looking fortressy already. Oh, goodness, I can't nail these jumps, I'm sorry. Then let's add some granulations. I learned this expression yesterday, but it's very timely because today I used it. So, oh goodness, I'm clicking everywhere except where I need to. Let's build a couple more stairs there, and let's see, maybe some cobblestone walls are gonna come in handy at some point. Let's go. So yes, indeed. And then we just took the train home. It wasn't even an hour, so it was an absolutely lovely experience. I can highly recommend, if you ever visit Hungary, just let me know and I can show you this place. It's beautiful. So we're gonna put some of these stairs over here, and on top of those we're gonna put these blocks. So it really is going to look like an actual, or almost like a fortress. I think the handcrafted mod has some... Let's see. And handcrafted, this is delightful, Farmer's Delight. Some, this is Macau's windows. Oh yes, we have these mosaic glass panes as well, for which we also need dyes, but still, they look so pretty. This is still Macau's windows, and so this is handcrafted, as you can see. Oh yes, there are these direct corner trims, and is it corner trims, stone corner trims? You need actual stone for that. I think maybe when we're detailing and decorating the place, we can consider these, but for now, I don't even have stone on me, but for now let's stick with good old vanilla looks. But you know, you can always revisit a thing that you have done. Hey there, friend. Nestor, how you doing? Alrighty then. And I suppose, is this an odd? It's odd, okay. In that case, we're gonna add one more protruding little bastion, granulation, top piece, whatever. This is as far as my knowledge of medieval castle architecture goes. It is very interesting and they are beautiful, but I know they have so many names, so many just, you know, professional jargon for these things. So now we're going to use the terracotta to create the same wall as basically we have been doing anyway. And then I'm thinking, to avoid having too many holes here, we're gonna... Oh goodness, I'm sorry. We're frogs though. We can jump. We can jump around. We can fall from relatively high places. We're good. So to avoid having too many holes, we're gonna just close these up. Yeah, there's some ventilation holes there as well there, but that's fine. Night is falling in the meantime, but we don't have to worry. This moon is still giving us plenty of light. Ah, yes, there was such a beautiful moon. And there is still such a beautiful, I suppose, version of the moon around these parts in these days. It's huge and it's very clearly visible. There's barely any clouds. And it's a full moon, of course. I'm kind of going by intuition here, so I really hope when we climb back down and check out what we've built, it's not going to look like a big mess. We will have to climb down though, because we just ran out of terracotta and we need more. I wonder where the floor should be. Perhaps we don't need that high of a tower. Or maybe, well, we'll see. But I think we can... Yeah, let's make some spruce slabs as well when we come back up. And let's put a floor... I'm thinking maybe on this level. That would make some sense. Yes, this is not, unfortunately, not very accessible of a building. If someone's got some movement impaired person, unfortunately we'll have to stay downstairs, but we will do absolutely everything in our power to make the downstairs part as cozy as possible too, so yeah. Let me see, so we have those. Let me make some of these slabs then. Let's make some more. It's definitely going to be enough for at least one story. And then we got some more windows from spruce planks, that's okay. We just grab this and let's check this out from downstairs. I think it is looking very fortressy. I have to say it's looking like a watchtower. Oops, I didn't mean to throw that. However, it is also looking good. I can't say it's a bad build. Well, in proportion with my skill and experience, I would say. And it's gonna have some lanterns hanging and some vines on the sides and everything. It's gonna be beautiful. So no one worry. Okay. So let's find some. Let's make or find some more terracotta actually. So we have 3 clay balls here. I'm thinking we should potentially dig up some more clay, but let's see if we've got any downstairs. I do think we used it all up though. We have a bunch of glass that we made, that's nice. And direct, we don't even have normal stone, so yeah. We can make some black stone trims as well, and we can make it out of some wooden materials. We can make it out of dripstone. Goodness, there's all sorts of things. Yeah. These are some very lovely looking modded items actually. Anyway, we do have to dig up some more clay. So let's go and do that. I really would like to finish this today, but our time is sadly limited. Every time we get to Sunday, which is when I usually make some of these videos, or even if the video is already done, I'm always thinking, oh goodness, wouldn't it be great if there was just one more day from the weekend? And you know, this weekend was amazing for me. I really have absolutely no reason on earth to complain. But still, I feel like, you know, I want to spend some more time maybe on this video, maybe do 5 special moments within, or maybe just, have a day of lazing around, not doing much. There is going to be a holiday next week, which is Wednesday. What is your favorite day to have off due to a holiday? That's actually interesting. I know some people prefer Fridays or Mondays because then you can prolong the weekend basically. That makes sense. But at the same time, I like Wednesdays too because then you start the week with Monday and you work on Monday and then you work on Tuesday and you don't have to work next day. You have a break right when it would be, right when you would get sick and tired of work, maybe. Hopefully not. Hopefully you're enjoying your work and you can find some peace and quiet within work as well, or in breaks or whatever. But in these cases, right when it would be too much, it's like, hello, there's a holiday there. What is that? Perhaps obsidian, maybe there was some lava there. Or just stone. And then you start working again, because you still have Thursday and Friday, but, and then you again work 2 days and the weekend's already at your doorstep. Then of course it's nice to have a long weekend as well, I really can't deny that. Then you can possibly even, travel somewhere to a very close neighboring country if you live in, like me, if you live in a small European country, or maybe just a neighboring state if you live in the US, or maybe you don't have to go far. There's lovely places everywhere. You can go to a nearby park. You can just meet a friend, go to a cafe. I'm not going to deny that it can be overwhelming having too many things to do, having too many options, right? But at the same time, I think it's also magical that you can choose to do so many things. Not everyone does, of course. I have to be mindful of those, Not everyone has the same privileges, so to say. Maybe someone lives very far away from a town, very deep countryside where, as they say, nothing ever happens. Maybe someone doesn't have the financial means to afford some of the things they would like to. And it's easy to say that money doesn't buy happiness and whatnot when you have the money to do the things that you'd like. But, well, we're not going to get into these socio-economic essays in this video. We'll just be mindful that not everybody has the same privileges, and we try to be understanding, right? We try to think of everyone. That's a wonderful amount of terracotta. Let's fire it. Until then, let's figure out this floor thing. By the way, talking about, financial means, I don't know if you've ever tried charity in and of its... Oops, wasn't this something else? Was I using the wrong materials? Oh, these were stairs. I am so sorry. So, I don't know if you ever tried charity as just sort of a hobby, but it can feel so damn nice. Maybe I will fully well accept the accusation that, you know, you can say that some people are doing it just to feel better about themselves, and it's not, how do I say, it's not an argument to dismiss, or sort of not a very easily decided argument or debate, if in these cases it's the end result that matters. That, you know, someone is not hungry for a day or not cold for a day, or what matters is the purpose with which it was done. Was it actually a charitable purpose, or could it be even called charity if we're just doing it to feel better about ourselves? I need a sip of coffee for these topics. In these cases, without trying to offend anyone of course, but I tend to be on the opinion that if someone's not hungry, if someone is fed, if someone is warmed up, if someone is being comfortable and having a good day, you could be the most egoistic person who does nothing but thinks about how much they help that other person today. If that person has indeed been helped, then it's good, then it's charity, and I won't mind. I won't be mad about that, or I won't really go into judging someone. And of course there's a lot of other arguments that come with charity, you know, who to help, who not to help, who decides who deserves it. Oh goodness, that is very serious. But I really recommend, if you want to try something different, it's a little bit out of most people's comfort zone at first, I would say. But if you really want to try something different, then I much recommend trying charity. Just prepare some sandwiches and take it to people who need it. That's as easy as it gets. I also prefer not to give money, but sandwiches is nice. Plus you work with it, of course, so you have that manual labor, so to say, behind it, and you feel double well about what you have done. So we're gonna make some more windows. Glass comes in the middle, sticks come around it, and then we surround a piece of spruce planks with these window frames. Get 8 windows out of that. I don't think that's going to be enough, so let's make some more. I know we've gotten a bit more into the philosophical end of things again, but as you remember early on in the channel, I think these topics were a bit more commonplace, and while I'm not trying to make everything about these, I think it's interesting, if not even fun, to debate some of these topics every once in a while. I hope I'm not offending anyone, but I hope I'm not boring anyone with these topics. Okay, so we have those windows there, that's wonderful. I suppose we need less of a lookout on this side, so we can cover this up. Perfectly calculated. And we can have maybe one window on this side and another one on this side, and that's plenty of light in here. And I'm thinking, should that be enough? Because if we're gonna then have a bigger room, then it should be with plenty of windows, but then we shouldn't have the stair in the middle taking up space, so it should be at the top. I think this is plenty. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a bigger room here with some beds and everything, and then we're going to have some ladders leading up from this from this level up to a point that's much higher, maybe this high, and it is going to be a lookout point, but it's just going to be connected by ladders, and by using ladders we save space so that we can have more decoration and more sort of amenities and comfort and furniture and everything, all of that jazz in the room. Hope I'm not dropping too many of these. But so there we go, and we can cover some of this up. Oh yeah, we can't cover that, but there. Indeed, that's still not a lot of space, I have to say. But we're gonna have some space in here and through there as well. So up here, maybe, I honestly don't know yet what we're gonna have. Let me put these, let me go get the terracotta first, okay? I think let me use this path, climb down the ladder here, and then go down the stairs here. Descend, not go down, I'm sorry. And let's check out what's been cooking. Alright, that's gonna be enough for a lot of things. Let's finish those walls. And the windows, obviously. And then there's one more floor to do, the lookout point and the roof, of course. So, let's see. That can be covered up, that can be covered up. Friends, I realized the solution. We should have this room higher. You know? Greater ceiling height. And then we can have some bunk beds in here so that more people can fit. Today in that little town that I mentioned, it was actually connected to the home of the artist that I mentioned, but it was quite interesting because it was called a free university. It was a camp. I wouldn't say for children, but for, you know, any aspiring artist, mostly young artists, I suppose. Judging from the style of that entire camp, it wasn't graffiti, but it was these painted little cabins and houses. It was quite interesting and nice to see that people with artistic ambitions are being taken so seriously, right? That is nice to see. I think it's often quite a relief to see or to hear when education and art is being supported this way. Alright, so we need some ladders that we've got here. We're gonna already add these, and I think they're gonna be a perfect spot there. We can continue with the terracotta. Oh, for as long as we have it, because we might run out as well. It's quite a complicated build, I have to say. I don't often build so many things. And maybe let's have one more level here. There. I think that the rest of the terracotta that we have cooking should be enough. Let's go get it. I'm thinking, friends, that this build is going to be a 3-episode build. Because, oops, I don't know what that was. Because now we're gonna complete the exterior, and then, oops, I passed the door. And then in the next episode, I think the interior is going to be the project. Oh, it's just 3. We ran out of coal. I am so sorry, friends. So 3 is not going to be enough, but even 9 is not going to be enough. Goodness. It's just difficult in it. In that case, we're not going to panic, don't you worry. What we are going to do is take some more of these stone bricks and And we're gonna add some corners as well. Just the cornerstones are gonna be made of these stone bricks. And then we'll save some material. I mean terracotta material. So there. And we need this pickaxe here. There. There. And there. And possibly we can later on add the same kind of bastion-like granulations as we have over there. And possibly we can have some windows to save even more space, I'm thinking. Maybe 2 of them here. Maybe 2 of them here. Oh, we got 1 left, that's fine. And maybe 2 of them over here. So just like this. And we can have 2 windows over there as well. And that is perfect. Very nice. And we'll have, oh, maybe, yeah, we need something, we need a terracotta block here, but we need to be able to climb down, so we should make some more ladders there. Alright, so far so good. Friends, let me make a quick cut here, and I'll just gather all the materials that we need, and we'll continue finishing up that area, upper area. Let me check that out from below. As well as the lookout point and the roof of the watchtower. Let's go far enough and have a look. Alright. I don't know, maybe from this angle it's not the absolute best. Reminds me of some decrepit old building, but that's alright. We're going to make it look cuter. And it's going to be much nicer once it has the roof as well. So, be right back, friends. Alright, friends, so there was a small mishap in recording the last part of the construction, for which I thoroughly, deeply apologize. Maybe I misclicked, maybe I just forgot to press the record button, but I don't have the footage of building this beautiful tower, or at least finishing it up there. But we have a nice tall space in there for some bunk beds and whatnot, and we have a lookout point on the top with a nice little roof. In the next episode we're going to add some vines to the outside, definitely some illumination, as well as furnishing and other decorative elements to the inside. As you can see, there was also another accident, and my experience level has been significantly reduced. That is what I get for not watching my step on the roof. But friends, don't worry. We'll make up the time that I can't include the video, the construction part, with another thing. So this is the map of our beautiful world. Here is the log cabin with a bit of the extension here, the chimney. Here's the spruce goose house with the dock. We can even see the geese. I think this is supposed to be perhaps an item frame item, and this is Nestor. And then this one is the other goose friend. We have the guest house here and the tower here, and we have our beautiful garden along with the shed in these chunks. What we'll do now is we're going to name a couple of areas. There's quite a lot of map-related ASMR videos on YouTube, and I quite enjoy them. So we're going to, well, make our own map-related ASMR segment. We're just going to have a look around and see what we can find. As you can see, there's a huge village in this area here that we haven't yet looked at, haven't discovered it. You could say it's a bit of cheating to find it this way, but this is not a Minecraft speedrun following strict rules, and we're not gonna head there straight away. We have things to do here. This is the village where we've already been, and this is a ruined portal. The cave that we checked out, the ravine, I think is this one here. So, this place is definitely going to be called Froghead Homestead. I like I wouldn't call it a rhyme really, but I like the words harmony. The Froghead Homestead. And then we also have another cave right here. There's actually a goose. That's the tiny yellow dot, who's quite deep inside the cave, but he's chilling there. He doesn't mind. And then you can see here are some of the frozen marsh biomes that we have discovered earlier. So this is a point of interest built by us. We'll indicate that with gold, and then we'll add, it's more like an area, but we can't designate an area, I believe. There's probably a mod for that too. I think it's called areas. But we're gonna use maybe this grey color, not so incredibly important. These are, I can't type today, the frozen marshes. This is just sort of an indication of the region here, okay? And then we have the village here. So there's all sorts of, well, with the other resource pack, original Mizuno's 16-bit resource pack, there's all sorts of animal-headed characters living here. And the channel is called Froghead. And in the Hungarian series we have the Cathead Island and the Foxhead village. So I was thinking, what there's other animals represented in these characters, and one of them is a skunk, I think. So we're going to name this village a Skunkhead village. Beautiful. Froghead Homestead, Skunkhead village. This looks like an interesting area as well. I'm not quite sure what this is, what this biome is. Lots of interesting areas. You could always, you would almost just want to explore things just looking at the map, right? And then we have the cave, the ravine over here, which we're going to mark as well. This is somehow sort of in between the region and the gold, so we're going to mark this with white, perhaps. What should it be called? We're going to call it the Bustling Ravine, because it's so full of life and lush and green and everything, full of resources too. So it's the Bustling Ravine, bustling with foliage and plant life for sure. And then I suppose this area of the woods could also be named, but I would like you, friends, to name it, okay? I don't want to name everything here, and the Nestor name for the goose already came from a beautiful and kind viewer. So if you, friends, have any suggestions on how to name these areas, these woods, perhaps these woods even, maybe the lake, this island, this beautiful river, please let me know. I would like to include you in the creative process this way. I think it's a lot of fun. When I'm drawing characters in real life or on the computer, I like to ask my friends about some things. You know, these, or just start from a prompt, like looking at, I don't know, a vegetable for all I care. Anything can be a prompt, and then you can build maybe the shapes. Let's say it's an eggplant, okay? And then you can build the shapes around the eggplant, make the entire character look like this big vegetable. Maybe use the colors, maybe have it wield a big old eggplant as a weapon, or maybe make everything as an apple. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. So if you have any suggestions for these names, please let me know. It's quite interesting, by the way, how you can have how you see the edge of the ice here up until which point it was frozen. But thank you for joining me for this video. Oh, we can even see these waypoints. I wasn't sure. And the Froghead homestead. Nice. We might disable this. I don't know if we want to have this. It's nice that the bustling ravine is even deeper. But anyway, I apologize that it was a bit of a messy video with the tower building accidents, but you know, it's a big project. Sometimes these things happen. So thank you ever so much for joining me again. It was great to spend some time with you. I hope you're gonna have a lovely day or evening, whatever it is, where you are. And we will see each other in the next episode. Goodbye.